Fashion in Pittsburgh takes on many forms and styles, allowing people to get creative with clothing. Many use clothes as a way to support Pittsburgh sports teams, but some look at clothing a bit differently. For these people, there are vintage clothing shops for which Pittsburgh has become a beacon for, the most famous being Yesterday's News on East Carson and Charisma Vintage in Greensburg. Besides the famous shops, there are several vintage store startups that hold their own unique flair. Store owner and Point Park alum Jackie Davis runs Hilda Boutique, an online vintage clothing shop named after her cat Hilda. Davis displays the newest trends to her customers who flock to the website for their clothing needs.
Mostly what's hip and cool right now is 80s and early 90s. So 80s, like the high-waisted stuff, the bright neon stuff, the baggy shirts.
Davis is part of the new wave of vintage clothing shops who are trying to make a name for themselves. Although the presence of competition is known, Davis is not threatened by it.
Because Pittsburgh is a really old city with a lot of people who have the types of clothes that I want to buy.
The struggle to find materials is a big hassle for most stores, but Davis has a system for this problem.
I don't make anything. The vintage stuff that I buy, it's good this time of year because people are doing their spring cleaning out their closets. They'll have yard sales are great.
One thing for sure is that vintage clothing and Pittsburgh have a bright future together. To visit Hilda Boutique, visit hilda.com. This is Mark McCurdy for the Point Park News Service.